Tune in to Mascott and Company, Mascott.
Mascot and Company.
Putting any kind of a bag on your head is uncomfortable. It's psychologically uncomfortable. And you'll never ever get away with that, no matter how simplistic the technology is. As my technology relative to somebody else's, I can put a full prosthetic on you, and within 15 or 20 minutes, you've forgotten that you have it on.
Oh, well, now that's
and
gotta be
that's a
comfortable.
dramatic difference to any other aspect of technology. Because they normally, when you put a foam piece on, you just live every minute to get it off.
Yes.
Get it off. Get it off.
Well, that's the thing about wearing mascots. I make these heavy foam, and they're latex or silicone, and you're warm. You're sweating very quickly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
and
we've been in the Arctic with them, like at 50 below zero. We've been in extreme heat, and they do what the materials sort of do, and they hold either the heat or they hold the cold. No, they don't breathe, but so what?
That's right. Yeah, they're probably much easier to put on for an actor and to wear.
They're not so much easier to put on. In fact, they're a little more difficult to put on.
Really? Than the ones with spirit gum and so on?
Yeah, because the foam pieces have no real stretch aside from the size of the little bubble in the foam. Mine moves just like real tissue. So in order to place it properly is a much more difficult job. And in fact, I insist that the sculptor that sculpted it is the first person that puts it on the actor, because they're the only person that does know, and they can now train the makeup artist or the on-set artist. It's virtually impossible, because I've tested it myself. I took a magnificent makeup that one of my crew, Joe Ventura, did many years ago on Truman, HBO thing with Harry Truman. And I love this prosthetic so much, I put it on myself instead of getting one of the crew to do it. And to me, close up, it was like just the best thing I'd ever seen. I walked 30 feet away or 20 feet away and looked back at him and went, what happened to this guy? Just a little bit of difference of not supposed to be in that place, turn the character into somebody else entirely. So I literally did damage to that very great sculpt by just putting it in the wrong place. And I did damage to that actor's performance because it looked like he was wearing a prosthetic rather than he's just old. See, in my world, it's acceptable to look like you're wearing prosthetics. In my standards, if you look like you're wearing prosthetics, I failed. Because that's not what I was asked to do. I was asked to make you look like you're 95 or you're some crazy thing from Mars. Even the crazy thing from Mars, if you look like some jerk like me made you, I've done a great disservice to the audience.
So you are the guy who's responsible for the alien autopsy, aren't you?
Well, that's what they say. Most of the industry says so. I'm quoted in Time magazine as being the guy, and only.
I was just hoping you might spontaneously admit to it.
Yeah. Lots of people have phoned me and asked me, and my answer to it, if I did do it, just because you called me and you asked me, do you really
Ron
think
Goldman.
I'd like? Yeah, but because I'm not part of the inner circle in Hollywood. I'm the guy that goes down and steals their work from them, and I live in another country and all this kind of stuff. I'm the guy they don't know. I'm the guy the Europeans don't know. I'm the guy the Hollywood doesn't know. So who else would have done it? Well, the unknown guy.
I'm glad that you'd rather be happy than right. You know, when I found out that you actually are a musician as well, when we did talk before, you talked about Hippo Live.
Yeah.
It's your concept of putting an all-in-one recording studio and broadcasting outlet. Is that what that's?
Yeah, it is. It's a huge. It's a really big deal. But all it is it's kind of not unlike what you guys are doing here right now is because you can do this. This ain't rocket science. this technology exists. If I just do this, then therefore I can be
Right.
on the air, and I can be talking to 30, 40,000 people. That is way, way, way cool. So for me, this wasn't the hippo wasn't something that I I'm going to do this. My high school buddies decided that we should play music. We hadn't played music for some 30 years. I put myself through university playing music, and right away, within the first couple of rehearsals, we started using standard amplification technology, and I just quit. I said, no, I'm not doing this. This is no fun. We spend all our time moving mics, moving this, and it sounds like shit, and you can say shit on that radio, yeah. And
A lot of George Carlin's words are passing now.
and I really had no interest. I don't care. I don't want to be a musician if this is what I have to deal with. I just want to play and have fun. I'm old enough now that I don't give a crap whether you become good or bad or anything. I'm too old for that.
But you still want the organic sound.
I want to have fun. I want to play my guitar and have fun like I can play my guitar all by myself in a room and have a good time. When I plug in and have all this stuff, it was just no fun. And then Craig Ryan, one of the members of the band, he handed me a piece of paper from the Bose Corporation, and I read it, and it made no sense. It made no sense whatsoever, because it broke every single rule in the sound amplification world. So I bought a couple of these things, and we tested them for a while, and with these CDs that we made, they're just tests. They're not us going out to make a CD because we're really cool. All they are is a test on how crude can I record. It was really that. How crude can I record? My memories go back to 4-track in the garage, and we sat down, and in 3 hours, we'd recorded 17 songs that we didn't need to mix. Now that was bananas to me. That was crazy, and that was kind of the start of it. And then we realized that, with this technology, and if I apply this technology to a studio, it eliminates some 80% of the problems associated with live musical performance, takes 80% of the hardware out of the performance space, and adds back what they call the acoustic benefits of unamplified music to performances with amplification. And all that is that my voice is coming from my direction and your voice is coming from your direction. That's something that was compromised in the 60s with amplification technologies that were developed to raise sound levels for larger and larger audiences. FXSmith.
I keep saying that. FXSmith.
FXSmith at bellnet.ca.
Right. And Hippo Live?
And hippolive.com.
And here's a little bit of Glendale 1. And you're the guy that sings.
Tune in to Mascott and Company.
That's right.
Mascott.